Well, well, well. Sneak, terrible tonight, terrible. Name my topic tonight is called Sneaky, Subpar, in Saudi Arabia. Will Niger champions be any good tomorrow? And I'm gonna talk to y'all about some things about Vickie Guerrero coming to Vickie Guerrero, and I'm gonna talk about Vickie Guerrero. Now I'm gonna give all you my nine champions predictions for the Smackdown brand. Then I'm gonna talk about Smackdown being moved to 2 hours next Friday, and then a um special Raw at 6 p.m. in the evening in Pittsburgh, a friend of mine's hometown. So much I say before I open up the show tonight. I'm gonna open the show a little bit of music. I'm gonna open the show the song from the Spider-Man soundtrack starring Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst called "Hero," sung by Chad Grable of Nickelback. Chad Grable with Nickelback and Joseph Scott's Saliva. "Hero" 2002. Because today's the 50th, happy 50th birthday of Tobey Maguire. And open up the show. So I'll be right back. Let me get the music playing. I'll be right back with my review. This song's for Tobey Maguire and his 50th birthday, aka Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Well, Yep, happy 50th birthday to Tobey Maguire, aka Spider-Man. Y'all hear that the theme song from the movie from 2002, Hero by Chad Kroger of Nickelback and Josie Scott of Saliva, lead singer. So happy 50th birthday to Tobey Maguire. So let's get started with tonight's terrible show. And I had no idea the show was gonna. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect the show that Smackdown would be live at 1 p.m. Today. And I did I know? I don't know. I mean. Yeah, I've forgotten. Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna air at 1 p.m. earlier today, but it was just terrible today. So let's get down to tonight's the terrible show today. Okay. Then now to get forever together, the WWE video leads us into the show. We go into the Kingdom Arena to see Big Power Kinetics display. Pre-show rivals, SmackDown Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton is shown arriving. Nia Jax is also in the building. Jax gets loud boos. They'll battle in the last woman standing match. SmackDown Tag Team Champion Street Profits also shown entering the building. Women's U.S. Champion Zelina Vega is inside regular. Julia, her opponent, is also shown arriving. Jade Cargill is here, and as is Asuka. They will battle tomorrow in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Wrestling has more than one royal family. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes makes his way to a huge ovation. The crowd loudly sings his theme song. Dun 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 dun. Oh! What an atmosphere. This past Monday on Raw, Cody Rhodes defeated Jey Uso to advance to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Rhodes gets in the ring before he can say anything. Randy Orton's music hits. As it did with Rhodes, the crowd loudly sings Orton's song. Last Friday on SmackDown, Orton defeated Sami Zayn to advance to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Orton gets in the ring and looks at the King of the Ring crown, which is on a podium in the center of the ring. His opponent cautiously stands across the ring from him. The crowd is absolutely incredible as they keep singing. He sung his song long after the production crew shuts it off. Orton has one question for the crowd. Before he addresses Rhodes, he asks the crowd if they watched Monday Night Raw and saw Rhodes beat Uso. Orton says it was a hell of a match, and it should be in the running for the match of the year at the Slammings. The feed cuts out. After 30 minutes, the feed comes back. Michael Cole and Babe Warwick welcome us back. Welcome us back. Cole and Barrett look exasperated. Cole apologizes for the issues and then apologizes that Barrett is the first race we had to see half of an hour of being cut off. And we see a backstage segment. Yeah, the technical difficulties. And we can't even understand what they said. Backstage segment. So Sioka is backstage with JC Mateo. Sioka tells Mateo to take care of Jimmy Uso tonight. Tomorrow he'll take care of Jacob Fatu. Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo with Solo Sioka. Referee Charles Robinson. The bell rings and Mateo quickly powers Uso into a corner before delivering some shoulder thrusts. The referee backs Mateo up. Mateo goes back to Uso and starts to punch him down in the corner. Charles Robinson backs up Mateo again. Uso cuts and chops Mateo before bouncing him in the corner. Mateo reverses the whip a whip and clotheslines him down. Mateo sends him down into the steps, but Uso knocks him back and sends him out of the ring. Mateo gets on the apron, but Uso knocks him down with an enziguri. Uso sets up for a dive, but Solo stands in his way. Then we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Uso boots Mateo back and goes for a cross-body block. Mateo catches him and slams him down. Mateo drops a forearm before connecting with a standing moonsault for a two count. Mateo applies a grounded bear hug. Uso fights up and elbows out before going to the top rope for a corkscrew senton. Uso gets to his feet and lays in some punches and drop kicks to Mateo. Uso ducks a clothesline and goes for a Samoan drop, but he can't keep Mateo up. Mateo blocks a kick, but Uso answers back with an enziguri. Uso connects with a running hip attack. Mateo holds his jaw and stumbles around before Uso super kicks him out of the ring. Sioka is not happy. Uso connects with a suicide dive on Mateo before putting him in the ring as the referee checks on Mateo. Sioka pulls Uso's foot and goes to the top rope and jumps over Mateo. Mateo catches Uso charging and hits the Tour of the Islands for the win. Winner by pinfall, Jason Mateo. Solo gets in the ring and asks Jimmy Uso if he's ready to come back to the family. So Sioka extends his arms for a hug as the crowd chants, "No!" Uso slaps Sioka in the face as Mateo attacks Jimmy from behind and clubs away him. A furious Sioka sets up for a Samoan spike, but United States Champion Joker Fatu runs down for the save. Fatu punches Mateo before hitting him with a pop-up Samoan drop. Fatu looks toward Sioka, but Sioka quickly bails out of the ring, and Fatu hits Mateo with a double jump moonsault. Fatu and Uso then lock eyes. Uso pushes Fatu out of the way and super kicks Sioka out of the ring. Fatu and Uso stand tall in the ring. Then we see go to a backstage segment. DIY is discussing the future of the division with the rest of the tag teams. The Y6 become champions. It's over. The rest of the tag teams are skeptical of them. Smackdown General Manager Nick Aldis asks, "What's going on?" Johnny Gargano can't believe that Aldis gave the Y6 a title shot. Tommaso Ciampa asks what he's going to do. Andrade is called over. Aldis tells Andrade to find a tag team partner and face DIY. DIY is pissed off furious. Video. Julia says she's been calling Zelina Vega since she became the champion. Vega always talks about all the hard work she puts in, but Julia doesn't have that since her hard work is evident. The championship means a lot to Vega, but not to Julia. It's just a stepping stone. Vega thinks the title belongs to her. Julia will prove it doesn't. Then we see a video with Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega says that where she comes from, if you had a problem, you took it to the streets. So sidewalks were made for people like Julia because she can handle it. Julia will have to pry the title from her dead hands. Women's U.S. champion Zelina Vega heads to the ring. Then we go to commercial break. Women's United States Championship, Zelina Vega versus Julia. Ryan Tran. The bell rings and they quickly start doing roll-ups. They take each other out with stereo kicks. Julia pops up first and takes it to Vega. Julia heads to the top rope, but Vega knocks her to the floor. Vega heads to the second turnbuckle and connects with a moonsault block to the floor. Vega appears to have injured her knee. Back from the break, Julia is taken to Vega and hits a curb stomp for a near fall. Vega rolls out of the ring to recover. Julia goes after her, but Vega hits an arm drag into the steps. Vega hits Julia with a running meteor against the steps. Vega and Julia return to the ring. Vega hits a pair of clotheslines before attempting a dragon screw, but Julia elbows her. Vega is unable to fight back with a knee to the jaw. Vega hits double knees to the back, followed by a meteor for a 2 count. Vega heads to the top rope, but Julia cuts her off. Julia hits a scary double underhook suplex. Vega slides out with a slam and hits a cold red 1-2. Julia gets on her feet of the bottom rope. Vega heads to the top rope, but Julia avoids the moonsault. Julia connects with a running knee. Julia knees her in the face with a second time for connecting with the Northern Lights bomb for the win. Winner by pinfall, new U.S. champion Julia. Julia celebrates with the Women's U.S. Championship as pyrotechnics go off. That was terrible. You know, I think WWE is biased against short female wrestlers. Zelina Vega was not a weak champion. Weak champion. She was not weak. And so I don't know why people say that she was weak, but they're wrong. Saying that she was not great in the ring at all and had title too long. Stupid. These fans. Michael Cole announces that next week's Smackdown will return to its 2-hour format. Later last week on Smackdown, Charlotte Flair defeated Chelsea Green via submission before being attacked by Piper Niven. Alexa Bliss made a save, but Charlotte Flair blew her off. Charlotte Flair is walking backstage when she sees Alexa Bliss. Flair says she doesn't want to talk about last week. Bliss says it looks like she didn't need her help. Flair says she doesn't need friends. Bliss doesn't want her to be her friend. She just wants to be an ally of inconvenience. Bliss walks off. Wade Barrett will interview Jade Cargill and Asuka next. Then we'll go to commercial break. Video. Wade Barrett became the King of the Ring 2015. Yet that's 10 years ago. The 2015 King of the Ring. Asuka and Jade Cargill meet in the ring. Wade Barrett is in the ring and says the two women who are about to come in the ring will be battling for the Queen of the Ring crown tomorrow, as well as an opportunity to face their brand's Smackdown Women's Champion. First out is Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill heads to the ring and takes a microphone. Out next is Cargill's opponent in the Queen of the Ring finals, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Asuka makes her entrance. Barrett asks Cargill what makes her so confident that she's going to beat Asuka tomorrow in the Queen of the Ring finals at Night of Champions. Cargill says when people see Asuka, they get nervous. Cargill sees an opportunity to show everyone why she came here. Cargill says that she has purpose. This is not pressure. It's purpose. At SummerSlam 2025, she doesn't plan on taking the title. She plans on taking the whole damn throne. Asuka says Cargill is strong. The powers and everything. Asuka has skills and experience. Asuka asks Cargill if she knows who she is. She is Asuka, and Asuka yells at her in Japanese before saying no one is ready for her. Cargill says she'll regret. Then we have this narcissistic tramp bitch. Miss Money in the Bank Naomi cuts him off with the nerve. Running around. Naomi says the briefcase means they can fight over the crown, but she holds all the power. Naomi says she can do whatever she wants. Maybe she'll cash in on Tiffany and Nia when they destroy each other. And last woman standing match, the crowd chants, "Shut the fuck up." Yeah, that's what I said too. Shut the fuck up. Who's Naomi thinks she is? Naomi says Cargill hates that no matter what she does, Naomi holds the power to take it all away. Just like the tag titles in months Cargill's career. Oh, now she's going to cross the line. Brings Naomi pure pleasure when she thinks about how sweet it will be to ruin the biggest night of her career. Naomi gets on the apron, so Cargill runs over Asuka and scares Naomi away. Asuka gets up and angrily and strikes and kicks Cargill to the ground. Naomi gets on the apron and taunts Cargill. Thank God somebody good Cargill shut her up. Naomi thinks she's all that, but she's not. General managers off the segment. Raw GM Adam Pearce and Smackdown GM Nick Aldis are discussing the need to figure out the situation with the Smackdown with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Aleister Black walks in. Black starts to talk when Ron Killings bursts in, or R-Truth. R-Truth says he wants Ron Killings says he wants John Cena. Ron Killings, R-Truth says he wants John Cena right now. Pierce tries to calm him down. All it says John Cena is here for CM Punk. R-Truth says he's here for Cena and walks off. Alls apologizes to Black, but Black puts a finger up to silence him and walks off. DIY makes their entrance. Let me go to commercial break. A 2 weeks ago, AAA Los Garza won the AAA Tag Team Championship. Tag team match: DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. Referee Daphne LaShawn. Andrade will start against Tommaso Ciampa, and they lock hands before Andrade goes for a wrist lock. Ciampa kicks out, but Andrade responds with a chop. Rey Fenix tags in and kicks Ciampa. Andrade follows up with a kick. He knocked DIY into the ropes next to each other before sandwiching them with kicks. Andrade and Phoenix head to the top rope and hit Stereo crossbody box to the floor. Commercial break. Back from the break, Gargano takes Phoenix down before tagging Ciampa in. Phoenix chops Gargano over the top rope. Gargano hits the steps with his shins on the way down. Phoenix takes Ciampa down with some fast kicks. Phoenix goes for the tag, but a hobbling Gargano pulls Andrade off the apron. Ciampa attacks Phoenix for a 2 count, but Ciampa chops Phoenix down and taunts Andrade. The referee holds Andrade back as DIY gets some cheap shots in, showing that they're showing an advertisement for Jurassic World, but all you hear is the audio, no video. Lots of technical issues today. Ciampa chops Phoenix in the corner and puts him on the rope. Ciampa hits a second chop and mocks the crowd. Ciampa sets for an air raid siren, but Phoenix fights out. Phoenix then runs to the top rope and kicks Ciampa in the face. Andrade and Gargano tag in. Andrade clotheslines Gargano before hitting a dragon screw. Andrade then runs over Ciampa with a driving forearm. Gargano clutches his injured knee in the corner. Andrade goes for a running Meteora, but Gargano moves. Andrade counters with a slingshot spear and slams him to the mat. Andrade connects with a tornado reverse DDT for a 2 count. The crowd chants, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Ciampa tags in, but Andrade fights DIY off. DIY quickly hits him with a shattered machine for a near fall. Then we go to commercial break. Gargano still looking lame on the apron with a bad knee. Gargano knocks Andrade back, but Andrade chops him down. Andrade sets up for a suplex, but Gargano blocks it. Gargano goes for a sunset flip powerbomb, but Andrade flips through it and lands on his feet. Andrade hits a running Meteor before going to the top rope for his double jump moonsault, but Andrade sticks the landing on Gargano for the first time. Ouch. Rough night for Gargano. 1-2. Gargano kicks out. Ciampa was late on breaking up the pin. Ciampa goes to send Phoenix out of the ring, but Phoenix rebounds and knocks him out of the ring. Phoenix then hits a beautiful somersault senton on Ciampa. Gargano and Andrade exchange punches in the center of the ring, but Phoenix tags in, black flicks Gargano over Gargano, and hits a bridging German suplex for a near fall. The crowd is into this match. Phoenix puts Gargano on the top rope and puts him in a position for a muscle buster. Andrade heads to the top rope for a double team move, but Ciampa knocks Andrade to the floor. Gargano counters to the muscle buster into a roll up for a 2 count. Gargano connects with a poison rana on Phoenix. Ciampa hits the fairy tale ending on Phoenix, and Gargano hits a well placed super kick for good measure for a near fall. Ciampa quickly follows up with a Project Ciampa. 1-2, Andrade picks up the pin. Andrade quickly takes Gargano out by faking a big boot and hitting a rebound back elbow. Ciampa quickly big boots Andrade down and pulls down his knee pads. Phoenix avoids the running knees from Ciampa and kicks him in the head. Andrade tags in, connects. Phoenix connects with a black firewood driver. And Andrade quickly follows up with a message for the win. Wins by pinfall, Andrade and Rey Fenix. Tommaso is down and holding his neck in the middle of the ring. Andrade and Phoenix avoid going near him as they celebrate. Up next, we take a look at the history of John Cena versus CM Punk. Then we go to commercial break. Video: John Cena's appearance on a Late Show with Stephen Colbert this past Tuesday. Video: John Cena versus CM Punk for the Undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Championship at Night of Champions, which is tomorrow. R-Truth gets in the ring with a big ovation. He greets the crowd and asks, "What's up?" Then what's up? He is Ron Killings. He's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help him God. R-Truth calls out John Cena. Aleister Black appears behind and crosses him with R-Truth calls out John Cena. Aleister Black appears behind him and crushes him with black mass. Black says in a weird way they're even, but Aleister Black walks off. Aleister backstage interview. Brian Saxton catches up with the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. They're asked about Wire 6. Montez Ford says it's been 4 years since they had tag team gold. Any tag team is out for their minds if they think they're taking the titles from them anytime soon. Well, Angelo Dawkins says the Wire 6 are a threat. They will eliminate B-Fab, and walks up to them. She says he has their back. She says she has their back. Then SmackDown Tag Team Champions Street Profits make their entrance. And then we go to commercial break. Kevin Owens talks with Cody Rhodes on his podcast. Backstage segment. Aleister Black is pensively walking backstage. He stops in front of Damian Priest. Priest says Black must be feeling really tough. Black says if he's a truly friend of R-Truth's, he'll tell him to stay away. Black considers the debt repaid. Priest tells him to approach him face to face. They need a payment to be different. Priest stands in his way before letting him go. Carmelo Hayes approaches. Priest tells him to let R-Truth handle his business. Priest wanted Hayes to walk away. Hayes says the truth hurts. WWE Tag Team Championship. The Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford versus the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, with Eric Rowan and Nikki Cross and Uncle Howdy. Danilo Fibio, referee is Danilo Fibio. Dexter Lumis crawls toward Montez Ford, who looks a little freaked out. Ford gets down on his level before punching him. Lumis knees him in the midsection and clubs him down. Ford reverses a whip, drops him down, and leapfrogs him before hitting a drop kick. Joe Gacy tags in and punches Ford back. Lumis connects with a spine buster on Ford. Gacy hits a senton splash, but Angelo Dawkins pulls him off. Most guards of the Motor City machine guns and Fraxton come to ringside. DIY is also there. Gacy ducks a clothesline from Ford and hits a springboard clothesline. Handspring clothesline. Back from the commercial, Ford flips through a suplex from Lumis. Lumis quickly hits a pop-up uppercut. They take each other out with a stereo and cross running blocks. Dawkins and Gacy tagged in. Dawkins hits a pair of clotheslines before knocking Lumis off the apron. Dawkins hits Gacy with a spinning forearm. Quickly responds with a headbutt and tags Lumis in. Los Garza pulls Lumis out of the ring. Dawkins then pounces Lumis into the tag teams. DIY pulls Dawkins out of the ring in a ring. A brawl breaks out and the match is thrown out. No contest. Eric Rowan gets in the ring and starts to take out everyone. Fraxton and the Motion Machine Guns finally knock Rowan out of the ring. Frazier hits Rowan with a induced suicide dive, but he catches him. Uncle Howdy gets in the ring and hits Axon with his sister Abigail. The Street Profits knock Uncle Howdy out of the ring. Dawkins hits some tag teams with a somersault senton. Ford then flips through over the ring post and takes the rest of them out. The Street Profits stand tall in the ring. Yeah, this is an awful tag team match right here. An equally bad finish. Earlier tonight, JC Mateo defeated Jimmy Uso. Uso refused to rejoin Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu made the save. So then we see a parking lot segment. U.S. champion Jacob Fatu is walking out when Jimmy Fatu confronts him. Uso says he has respect for what Fatu is doing. Fatu says they'll be all right if he fits in to where he fits in. Nia Jax makes her entrance. She'll battle Tiffany Stratton for the Smackdown Women's Championship in the last women's standing match. Then we go to commercial break. No, I think the WWE is going to swerve us. I don't think Nia Jax is going to cash in. I'll get to that later. I don't think well, I know I can get to it. I don't think Naomi's going to cash. I feel like Naomi's not going to cash in on Tiffany Stratton. I think WWE's going to pull a swerve. I think she probably might cash in on Asuka if she beats Jade Cargill. Okay, here we go. Smackdown Women's Championship match, last women's standing match. Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton. Referee is Dan Engler. Before the bell rings, Nia Jax blindsides Tiffany Stratton. The bell rings as Jax sends Stratton. Nia Jax sends Stratton's shoulder into the ring post. Jax rips the top turnbuckle pad off. Stratton quickly gets Jax outside the ring. The baseball slides her. They brawl at the ringside before Jax headbutts her down. Jax grabs the steel steps, but Stratton cuts her off. Stratton goes to the apron, but Jax drives the steel steps into her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stratton gets up Nia Jax clubs away at Tiffany Stratton before clearing the commentary table. Stratton attacks her, but Jax gives her a swollen drop onto the commentary table. The table doesn't break. One, two, three, four, five. Stratton gets up, so Jax closes her back down. Then go to commercial break. Back from the break, Stratton hits Jax with a crossbody block. Stratton connects with a swanton bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jax gets up. Stratton kicks her in the face and hits a basement drop kick. There's a table and two chairs in the ring. Stratton goes to the second rope, but Jax gets her in the electric chair and drops her face first into the turnbuckle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stratton pulls herself up. Jax avalanches her and sends her out of the ring. Jax follows her out of the ring and drives her into the ring steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stratton calls her toward the barricade. 8. Stratton pulls herself up. Jax drives her into the barricade and puts her on the table set up at ringside. Jax goes to the apron and salutes the crowd before splashing Stratton through the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stratton starts to roll. 9. Stratton barely pulls herself up on the barricade. Jax is stunned. Jax goes under the ring and pulls 2 tables out. Meanwhile, the referee is counting Stratton down, and she gets to 8 before she gets up. Then go to commercial break. Back from the break, Jax is crushing Stratton with a steel chair. Jax pulls her down to the corner and gets an annihilator. Jax grabs the chair and puts it on Stratton's chest before hitting an annihilator again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stratton is staring. 7, 8, 9. Stratton uses the ropes to pull herself up. Jax cracks her in the ribs with a kendo stick before setting up a near corner. Jax pulls Stratton with her shoulders and starts to climb to the ropes. Stratton slides off and powerbombs Jax off the second rope through the table. Both women are down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jax starts to roll. 7, 8, 9. Stratton and Jax both beat the count. Then Naomi's music hits. Miss Money in the Bank runs down with a briefcase and goes to hand it to Dan Engler. Stratton cuts her off. Stratton hits Jax with a briefcase and hits Jax with running the bulldog onto Naomi. Stratton then sandwiches him with the prudest moonsault ever. Stratton landed on Jax's knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jax gets up. Jax elbows Stratton away. The 2 tables from earlier are set up side by side. Jax goes to the apron and goes to suplex her out of the ring and through the 2 tables at ringside. Stratton slides off and attacks her. Stratton then cracks her with the briefcase, knocking Jax off the apron through the 2 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Winner still Smackdown Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. And I expected 9 was going to come out. I saw it coming. This Monday, Raw will start at 6 p.m. Eastern. Friday's Smackdown will return to its 2-hour format. A little evening edition of Smackdown. The commentary is run through the WWE's Night Champions card and go to commercial break. John Cena and CM Punk come face to face before Night of Champions. Undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion John Cena hits the ring and the crowd loudly sings that he sucks. Cena has his obnoxious ring announcement done for him. Cena holds up the title and tells Ryder to get used to it, because this is what a winner looks like. He's a winner. CM Punk is a loser. He has been out-cornered, outmaneuvered, and is out of tricks because Cena is a genius. Night of Champions is a formality. Punk can do nothing about it. Then John Cena's old theme song, Basic Thugonomics, plays. Punk for Life flashes on screen. CM Punk comes out in an old Chicago Cubs throwback. big necklace and knuckles that say drug 3 on them. Punk even has on jorts and a hat. Cena looks surprised and disgusted. Punk receives a pretty polarizing reaction. Many are still furious about his 2019 tweet to Miz, in which he criticized Saudi Arabia. Punk apologized for it earlier today, but many didn't get the memo. Some did say this, so CM Punk chant is heard through the booze. CM Punk, yo, check it. This is a basic Punknomics. Punk says this clown plagiarized his pipe bomb, so he's stealing word life. Punk raps to Cena. Cena had to rip off Punk to steal his best promo to distract from the fact Cena moves it in slow-mo. Cena's like a Tepmo Macklemore with less rhythm. Cena has buried more talent than The Undertaker. That's why he's the champ and lost all his respect. But he retired to this place, hired his ex. Cena will never said, if Cena said his prayers ate his vitamins or fixed his bald spot, he wouldn't be a wrestler. He'd be a Boston mall cop. Cena gets good movie roles, but then we see Batista act and realize Cena ain't that. Cena is a whiter Hulk Hogan and more problematic. The crowd is starting to loudly chant CM Punk. Punk is the best in the world. He's their vessel. Cena, they chant, you can't wrestle. Punk says in 6 months Cena will be gone. He won't have time for the little people. He was busy washing John James Gunn's underwear. John Cena works for DC, but he'll be the ring to Punk. That's straight to DVD. Better find a PC3. Punk understands you can't see me. It's a hell of a crotch raise, but it's done. We all see him, and we're looking at a washed up bum. 14 years ago today, he dropped the legendary pipe bomb. Cena tried to make it all about him. Cena's a leech, a phony, a fraud, an ass kisser, 17-time world champion. He has never been a punk in Punk's class. Punk has one more wish to make. Tomorrow night he's going to lose to Kendrick because, bitch, you are my Drake. Punk does the you can't see me taunt before his music starts to play. The crowd loudly sings Punk's theme song. Punk goes outside, stands on a barricade, and does the old thugonomics pose. Cena coldly watches on. Wow, that wasn't really bad. That wasn't really bad. That was really good. That was dropped a little move on. That was move on Cena. But tonight's show, today's just shitty. Now I'm gonna talk about something I just heard. I heard something that Vickie Guerrero might that Vickie Guerrero is gonna show up at the WWE's Evolution. He'll be coming back to WWE. Oh boy. I don't know why. She's. I don't know why. She comes back to WWE Evolution. This is gonna be a disaster. She's been being her screaming excuse me has been annoying. Her husband. No offense, but I don't know why Eddie married her. No offense. This woman, her laugh is annoying, and she's excuse me crap. She's been bullying more women all of her life. She's abusive. This is crazy. And I'm hearing something that WWE is going. I know it's Smackdown. The next Friday, Friday next Smackdown is going back to its 2-hour format. And I know just crazy. I know why in the world. And I know heard about Rock going Monday Night Raw going to have a special evening edition of Monday Night Raw at 6 p.m. And that's crazy. And it's good because they're really desperate, man. Very completely desperate this time. absolutely desperate. And yeah, they're really desperate. All I can say is that I mean 6 p.m. on Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh. They're really desperate. I'm telling you, very desperate. Okay, let's go to my Night of Champions predictions for the SmackDown brand for tomorrow. Okay, let's see. John's okay. Okay, Jacob Fatu versus Sol Sioka. I'm gonna say I say Fatu is gonna retain. Fatu is gonna retain. Jacob Fatu is gonna retain. Brother versus brother. It's cousin versus cousin in this match. Yeah, cousin versus cousin in this match. And all I can say is this. The undisputed WWE title match. I said I bet you somehow I bet you Seth Rollins is gonna cash in and CM. I think CM. I think I already did this is for the Raw brand, the CM Punk versus John Cena. I got that already, and I think who knows what will happen in Night of Champions tomorrow. I mean, if Jade Cargill wins, it's gonna be Jade versus Tiffany at SummerSlam, and we might see Naomi cashing in, and then we'll see something unexpected might happen. Okay, now I got that. Now it's time for something I like to do. I only know what it's time for. It's time for hold on 1 second. Let's see. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on 1 second. It's time for Justin's Time History, all the wrestling birthdays, pop culture, all the wrestling history and everything. All you hear that tune, that's the theme from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Can't wait for his 40th anniversary next week. July 3rd, 2025, because the movie was released July 3rd, 1985. I cannot wait for its anniversary. So let's go to yesterday, June 26th, in Pro Fight. Okay. Okay, yesterday was a happy 35th birthday to Terry Calloway. No relation to Mark Calloway. Some of you know was the Undertaker. No relation there. Yesterday, Matt Striker turned 51 yesterday. J.J. Dillon turned 78 yesterday. WWE Hall of Famer. Larry Sharp turned 74 yesterday. The late Larry Sharp, he died of cancer on April 10th, 2017. He would have been 74 yesterday. And let's see some wrestling history. Let's see right here. Okay, on WCW Prime, okay, on WCW Prime, this was okay. This was the last. Okay, but all of you know this was I think this was Gordon Sale's last one. It wasn't. Okay, 11:58 right now. On the matches card, they were showing Alex Wright versus Crusher Stone, Barry Hardy and Chris Speaker versus the Nasty Boys, interview with Harlem Heat, Meng versus Ian Weston, Bunkhouse versus Dirty Dick Sellier versus Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner. Johnny B. Bad defeated Buddy Lee Parker. And I think Steve Armstrong versus Scott Armstrong, I have no idea who won that match. It's pre-Monday Night Wars right here. And then on WWF Monday Night Raw, night after King of the Ring. Okay, 11:59 right now. The Smoking Guns defeated Jason Arndt and the Black Phantom. Arndt and Black Phantom. Skip defeated Scott Taylor. Mad Mountain Rock defeated Phil Apollo by submission. King Mabel defeated Kenny Kendall. And Savio Vega defeated Jeff Jarrett by DQ. Disqualification. Let's see. Then on WWE Sunday Night Heat pre-show counted out before just hours before Sunday Night Vengeance 2005. It was see this match. See. Okay. Hurricane Rosie. Hold on a second. Okay, the superheroes Hurricane and Rosa with Super Stacy defeated the Heartthrobs of Tony Romero to retain the World Tag Team Championships. It was hours just before pay-per-view Vengeance. Okay, now Vengeance. Now the pay-per-view Big Pay Vengeance took place. The theme song was "Happy" by Midvane for the Raw brand. Took place at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was the 5th Vengeance event held by WWE. In the opening of the show, Carlito defeated Shelton Benjamin, and Victoria defeated Christy Hemme. She really got buried. That was a terrible match right there. Then we see Kane and Ed. This is for the it was retaining the Carlito defeated Shelton Benjamin, retained the Intercontinental title. Shelton asked for a rematch. Victoria defeated Christy Hemme. Kane defeated Edge with Lita singles match. Shawn Michaels defeated Kurt Angle singles match. Then we see a segment where Luna Garcia told about one of the was proposing to Viscera. Then Godfather came out and asked Viscera, you want to hang out with all these ladies? And then he said yes, he wants to go on a whole train. And Lillian Garcia started to break down in tears, crying. Then we see the triple threat match for the WWE title. John Cena and Chris Jericho. John Cena won the match, triple threat match for the WWE title. John Cena retained. Now 20 years later, he comes nothing but a worn piece of shit. And we see the Hell in a Cell match for the World Heavyweight title. Batista defeated Triple H with Ric Flair by his side, and Batista retained the World Heavyweight title. In 2015, June 20, Pop Culture. Two movies released in theaters. Max, starring Josh Wiggins, Lauren Graham, and Thomas Hayden Church, and one of my and Ted 2 sequel to 2000 and Ted 2 sequel to 2012's Ted, starring Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane is the voice of Ted. And the supporting cast in the movie includes Amanda Seyfried, my favorite actress, and legendary Morgan Freeman. Now let's go to yesterday, June the 27th. Okay, yesterday, June 27th, Randy Hogan, no relation to Hulk Hogan, he turned 73 yesterday. Boris Malenko would have been 92 yesterday. He died on August 26, 1904 of cancer. Kimberly turned 33 yesterday. Ace Darling turned 50 yesterday. His real name is Mike Moraldo. That's right, Mike Moraldo. This is his real name. See, trying to see what else. Hold on 1 second. Trying to see what else. Trying to see what else. Trying to see what else. Yeah, okay. June 27, 1995 on ECW Hardcore Wrestling, Hardcore TV. June 27, 1995. Tommy Dreamer defeated the Vampire Warrior, some we know was Guerrero. 9/11 defeats Jungle Jim Steele. The ECW World Heavyweight Championship Barbed Wire match, the Sandman defeats Cactus Jack via knockout to retain the title. Then on Monday Night Raw, June 27, 2005, Night After Vengeance. Kurt Angle, Ric Flair woo off at a woo off segment. And then we see a little Carlito Cabana with the return of Rob Van Dam. Carlito Cabana, RVD. Then RVD had a broken ankle after the appearance after Carlito and him appeared at ECW's One Night Stand. Then then Carlito attacks RVD and puts him out of action. Then it was scheduled to be a tag team match with Kane and with Gene Snitsky and Kane in the opponent of his choosing, that then it turned into be a singles match. Be Big Show versus Snitsky. And the Big Show made his become the draft pick for Smackdown to Raw, defeating Snitsky. And then to Jerry, a little match takes the match slot challenge, and then he spits mist in Chris Masters' face. Then we see a little tag team match. It was Chris Jericho and Christian Tyson Tomko, and John Cena and Shawn Michaels in their John Cena's it was a six man tag team match, and their opponent was none other than WWE Hall of Famer, the Immortal Hulk Hogan. And Hogan, John Cena, and Shawn Michaels defeated Chris Jericho, Christian, and Tyson Tomko. And as the show ends, then we see a little Diva segment with all women. Then Visser made his appearance, and who broke Luna Garcia's heart. And then Sergeant Slaughter made his appearance, and he told the Divas that they'll have a 4th of July boot camp bikini contest. And then and I think that's okay. That's it. That'll cover it. Well, I hope that's my little review for all of you that are watching this video. So subscribe to me, Godfather Soldiers. Hit make a comment video. It's a late chair Henshaw. As I used to say, I like to dress all like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown, like to get in the hot tub. Gonna be sweat. Gonna be dry. Gonna be wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing the impression of James Brown Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. And I never grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in '88. I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live when I was little on Comedy Central. So I hope all of you good morning. It's midnight, and in a few minutes, a couple minutes, this afternoon, I'll be doing my Night of Champions 2025 review, which is not going to be a really good show. So hope all of you join me, and I bet you this won't be a good show. I bet you Seth Rollins is going to cash in today. So hope all of you good night, good morning. In a few minutes, in a couple, a little later today, I'll be doing my Night of Champions review. Night of Champions 2025 review. So hope I have a good night. I'm going to close out with something for all of you this morning. For those you know, we lost a legend, Rick Hurst. Rick Hurst, some of you know from the TV show, from the old popular TV show, played Deputy Cletus Hogg, Boss Hugger's cousin, in the popular TV show Dukes of Hazzard that ran from 1979 to 1984 on CBS. He passed away yesterday at the age of 79. Very sad passing. He'll be missed dearly. I'm gonna close out the show with the theme from Dukes of Hazzard, sung by the late Waylon Jennings. The theme from Dukes of Hazzard, Good Old Boys, in honor of his passing. So he will be really missed dearly, and he'll be really missed. He was a real legend, and we will all miss him. So God bless, honor and remember him with this little theme music. Mr. Hurst, this is for you. God rest your soul. Here's a theme from Dukes of Hazzard in honor of your passing. Thank you for all the memories. You were a legend. Well, we thank you. So long, everybody. And Mr. Hurst, this is for you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait a minute for all of you that watch Arsenal V. I forgot to mention something. I forgot to mention WWE. I heard that WWE is having a new show called Late Night. late night. Before forgot to mention it, to all of you earlier. The late night comedy show called Late Night, little variety WWE Late Night, hosted by Tony Hinchcliffe. I think this is somehow reminiscent of Tuesday Night Titans or something like that. And this is gonna air on Saturday, Saturday 2nd, after SummerSlam. By the way, something I forgot to point out. It's gonna take place at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. It was a pre-sale for WWE Late Night will begin on June 30th at 10 a.m. Until 11:49, who knows how the show's gonna turn out. So that's all I would say for all of you. Hope you have a good morning, and rest in peace to I'm gonna start this over again because I forgot to mention about the new show called Late Night for all of you. So let me restart this little tribute to Rick Hurst again, the man who played Boss Hus's cousin, Deputy Cletus Hogg on the TV show Dukes of Hazzard, who ran on CBS from 1979 to 1985. So let me start this up again, and hope I have a good, like I said before, hope I have a good morning. I'm out of here. Peace and Rick, Mr. Hurst, this is for you. Have a good morning, everybody.